Hey guys, it's Tina, and we are gonna do tiramisu cake. So it's gonna be a little different. This is going to be the pretty quick and easy tiramisu. I have the recipe on the blog. I actually printed it out. So my tiramisu is a little different. I'm not using any raw eggs. So we're gonna do like a mock tiramisu, and I'm also not gonna put any liquor in it. But before I get into all that, let me tell you what you're gonna need to make this, my version. You're gonna of course need ladyfingers. That's the beginning of every tiramisu. You're gonna need mascarpone cheese, of course. You need some kind of strong coffee. You can even use like regular coffee that you make in the morning, or you could use espresso. I didn't have espresso. I usually keep a bag in my freezer for when my father-in-law comes over, but I didn't have any. So this is just really dark, regular coffee. So I have a few cups, probably like 4 cups of that. And because I make this like an amaretto flavor, I have some Amaretto cookies that we're going to crush and put them in between the layers of the tiramisu. You don't have to do that if you don't like amaretto. And I'm going to keep it alcohol free, and I'm going to use a non-dairy creamer. You can get this in the refrigerated section of the supermarket, and we're going to mix that into our coffee. It's going to give it a nice amaretto flavor. That way the kids can enjoy it. That's one of the ways that I like to do it. And instead of like layering it in a casserole, we're going to do it fancied up in this springform release pan. And I'll show you how we're going to do it. So let's get started. So also, and you're also going to need, in this case, because we're not going to do the egg yolks and the egg whites, we're going to do just a whipped cream, just powdered sugar and some heavy cream, which I'm going to get going here in my bowl, which I chilled a little bit before I started. I have 2 cups of heavy cream, 4 to 6 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And we're just going to whip it up. And that's going to be the base. If you don't want to make whipped cream, you can use Cool Whip. That's Mama Lena approved. Mama Lena uses Cool Whip. Well, she has used Cool Whip. She's done it this way too. But you can use Cool Whip. So we're going to do it this way. So this is how I do it. I'm going to put this in here. I'm not going to add any vanilla or anything. I'm just going to use this like as the sugar is going to be plenty enough. I'll get that going. All right, so while that whips, just going to slowly add. You're going to need probably like 6 tablespoons for the 2 cups. Just going to scrape down the side here a minute. Hold on. Just want to make sure I get all the sugar in there. And you know, you're supposed to do it in like a chilled bowl. I kept this in the fridge for a little while so that it was nice and cold because it helps it, I guess. It's like one of those tricks. Yeah, we're going to take our coffee. I'm going to do the bigger one I have here. All right. 24. So what you're going to do is you're going to open the package. So we'll use 2 of these for now. We may need 3. Oh yeah, that's whipping. Okay. I know something about something, I guess. And you're just going to measure it, right? I'm going to put the sugar side out. All right, so inside the pan, sugar side out, right? You're going to do them all the same size, and then I'm going to cut it. All right? So I'm just going to cut the first one. I made a little mark on there, so I know. Okay, you're going to do that a few times. So we're going to do that like, you could save these. Don't throw this out because this could also be crushed up as flavor inside of as texture inside of the tiramisu. So we're going to do 2 of these. I don't know exactly how many inches. And every pan might be different, right? So your pan, oh, that looks good. So your pan, you know, you may need a different size. So you're basically going to line it up, right? Inside like that. All right, so I'm going to try to do these 2 at a time so we could speed it up. And then, so these we're not going to dip in the coffee. These are going to be like decoration, and they're going to kind of hold everything in together. Actually, the good thing with these little pieces too is when we start layering it inside of the cake pan, the springform pan, they're good fillers. You know, typically you want to leave this sit, you know, quite a while so that everything absorbs. But we're going to unhinge ours just so you guys can see like what it's going to look like. All right, so we're going to just line the pan. I'm hoping that as I line my pan, these are all the same size. I'm just leaning it a little, and then once we get them lined up, we'll fix it. I like it when they're kind of all the same size. And if they're not all the same size, like try to keep similar sizes together. Does that make sense? I mean, it's a little tedious, but it's so pretty when it's done, I think. So these are good. We're just gonna push this off to the side. We may add 1 or 2 in there. All right, let's take this out. So this is the whipped cream. You could also put a little bit of this creamer in there too if you wanted, you know, for flavor. Fold in this mascarpone. I don't really think this needs anything else. All right, and we're just gonna fold this in. I'm just gonna give it a little, see, it's nice and soft. That's what you want it to be. All right, I'm just gonna put that. Okay, just want to incorporate that a little bit more, and then we're just gonna start spreading it. That's it. Well, we dropped it. Ladyfinger. All right, guys, it's not easy to do this live. You know that, right? Do like 1, 2, 3. That's it. There's a hole in there. 3, and we'll just give it a mix. And it's just going to give it that liqueur flavor. But it's a non-liquor, non-alcoholic, non-dairy creamer, refrigerated. Amaretto, they have sweet Italian biscotti, they have so many different flavors. You can just throw a shot of amaretto in there or any kind of, you know, liquor. I just like to keep it kid friendly. All right. All right, well that's done. And then the other thing I want to just prepare before we start layering, we're going to put a few of these amaretto cookies. I'm going to crush them in this Ziploc. And we're going to put that in between the layers. It's just going to give it a little extra texture. I'm going to leave a little bit open so that the bag doesn't pop. It's a little loud. Everything's loud today, sorry. Just a little bit. And if you need more, you can go back. I like to sprinkle a little on the top too when it's all done. All right, the next thing we're going to do is start to layer. When you dip the ladyfingers, you really want to do it fast because they absorb the coffee really quickly. So try to work fast. This guy doesn't want to stand, so we're just going to take him out and replace you. If you don't want to cooperate, you're a goner. That's how it goes. Perfect. All right. And we're going to start with actually the bigger ones. We're going to go right across. I'm going to dip. And this, at this point, doesn't really matter. I'm going to go straight down the middle vertically. I'm going to try to move this out of the way so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see into here. You're going to dip quick. You don't want, because don't forget, this is going to absorb in here, right? So we're going to go straight down the middle. Then we're going to fill in the gaps. That's the way I do it. If you come up with a better method, I'm all for it. I'm all for better ideas when they're out there, so please feel free. Share your ideas. You got to work fast because this gets soft really fast. Okay. Finito. So make sure these are all standing the right way. I think that's good, right? Let me just, I'm so afraid to lift this, but I'm hoping when I do this, you could see it's like a little puzzle in there. All right. All right. So it's like a little puzzle piece. Don't be shy. Don't worry about breaking them. They're going to all get soft anyway. I'm just pushing these down. Okay. Now here we're going to start layering. So we're going to do a layer of the mascarpone whipped cream, and then we're going to do some crushed amarettis, and then we're going to do more ladyfingers, and then another layer until we're done. I don't know how many layers we're going to have because I usually get 2, I think. I usually get like 2 layers and then the top layer. Do that. All right, I'm just going to give this a good mix. And you can just see it's just like a whipped cream and mascarpone sort of mixture here. It's not much. If you don't, like I said, if you don't like to make whipped cream or you don't have it, you can totally do like 12 ounces of Cool Whip with the mascarpone and mix it up. Okay. And you can, of course, make this liquor, you know, with the liqueur. You don't have to make it kid-friendly like I did. I'm going to clean this off. All right, we're going to use this again. Pull this back. All right. I'm going to move this up. So we'll do like probably that much. I just kind of eyeballed it, but this is why your offset spatula comes in handy here. I don't think I'm going to use more than that. That's probably like a third of our mixture. And if we need more, we'll do it. And you're just going to use this and fill it in. This is so good. This cream is so good. This mascarpone mixture, oh my gosh, it's so good. I could eat this, like just this, without anything else. This is like the perfect little tool here. Frozen. Okay. All right. All right, that is the first layer. And we're going to do the same thing. You can go the other way. You can go the same way, whatever you want to do. So we're just going to dip, right? This is our cocoa powder. We're going to put that on the top at the end. I mean, you can do it. Because I went down the center and filled in the gaps, I'm going to go the same way. Just, I think that's the better way. So, all right, I'm going to just, you guys see everything. I'm hoping that I'm doing a good job. I'm flying solo here, so I'm hoping everything is clear. As we're getting higher up the thing, got to move fast because these soak up the liquid so quickly, you know, and then they start to become mush. So I'm trying to move quickly as I can. And then if it comes up a little, you just grab your spatula and push it down. There, that's good. That works. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully it lets me. It's not quite as, no, that worked. Perfect. All right, and then we're just going to fill in. There's like angles here. Just going to fill them in. More cream. And then we'll see how high up the thing we are. I think this is going to be close to our last layer here. Because if I'm going to try to like mix it up here, flatten it out. So I want to be able to put a good layer. I might be able to get another layer on there. I'm not sure, to be honest. That would be nice. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? We're going to do it now. I forgot to put the amarettis. The first layer you would put the crushed amaretti. I got sidetracked. So we're going to do it now, but just remember to do it on both layers when you do it, okay? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to layer on these amaretto cookies in between. Give it that nice texture, like I said. And you want it to be a little bit, they're going to soften up, but you want them to be a little fine. These look a little, some of these look a little chunky, but it's totally fine. Oh my God. It smells so good. Smell in the wrong hand. Okay. All right, that's good. All right, and then we'll try to get this guy in this way now. Perfect. I'm gonna try to move fast. You know, you want that little extra crunch in there. It's good, even though these have the sugar coating. I mean, I still think, I'm trying to see if I have any whole ones. I'm gonna try to like do this with two hands so we can speed it up a little bit. And I got room for this guy right here. Perfect. These are good. We're going to do our last layer. More amarettis. And we are done. All right. I'm going to get all my coffee out of the way. Get my hands a little wiped down here. All right. This little guy's sticking up. It's bugging me. All right. All right, so these are basically layered in there. This is our last layer of mixture, and I think it's going to be good. If we need more, we'll go back for it. All right. spatula skills. Okay, I'm gonna do another layer of this. I mean, you don't even have to do the chocolate, honestly. I mean, you could totally omit that, but I still like that. Traditionally, I think it's like a little bit of cocoa powder and coffee. I think I'm just gonna put a little bit. I'm not even gonna put a lot. I'm just a little dusting. But I just wanted to give it that little bit of that traditional touch. Just gonna put a few more sprinkles of Amaretto. All right, we did it. That was a whole package, by the way. Probably 42 ladyfingers. All right. All right, guys, thanks for sticking it out. All right, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna measure, I don't know, I feel like for Easter, should we do green or yellow? I guess we'll do green. It'll really pop too. Just make sure we have the right size. I'm gonna cut that. Cut that a couple times around. You guys didn't stick around to see if we indeed are able to do this. I'm really hoping that, but basically, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plop this up here. Please stick, please stick, please stick. I'll test it out. If it looks like it's not gonna stay, I won't, I'm gonna tie this nice and tight around, like so. Here we go. But really, you should let this set. I'm really doing a bad thing here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm like afraid to breathe right now. Come on, guys. How great is this? I'm gonna tie it this way. Right around. Okay. We did it. Here we go. Here is the tiramisu cake. Really gotta let this sit, you know, overnight. I mean, how beautiful.